Hello and welcome to the Tarkis Zone. It's been a while since I've done a video. I've been a little busy with the Emmons Island Haunted Trail, but today's video is going to be with the game Black Desert Online. I just wanted to cover a few things since I last did a video, so let's get started. One of the things I wanted to cover today is something that I took advantage of. I'm in Hydel. If anybody's watching my videos, you guys know that's where I hang out. And I wanted to point out two things in Hydel. And I've pointed one of these things out in the past if you've watched any of my easy making videos. I'm going to go into Hydel. I want to tell you guys that this workshop here that creates the grade 3 weapon reform stones, again, I had talked about this in an earlier video. You have to have rank 3 and you have your worker make basically the grade 3 weapon zones. Now in Hydel, there's another one here under the lodging housing for your workers. It's right here, and it is also a rank 3. Whoop! I clicked the wrong one. I'm sorry. I clicked. I just have to, because you can miss it here. Okay, here it is. So it is also a rank 3 refinery. So I've got another worker getting these grade 3 reform stones. And what's great about it is, as you can see here, it looks like they make one every hour. This guy makes one every hour 47 minutes. So that's 2 shops in Hydel, and you're going to probably own the lodging above it anyway. So why not? And then if you go to a little south here, I'm gonna see if I can keep Hydel on the picture. Okay, so Hydel is here, is where we began. And right down here in Glish, there's another one that I've got this worker working out of. Now what I've done here, a refinery, 1, 2, 3, you want level 3, and you want the grade 3 weapon zone. So I've got 3 workers making these constantly. And what's great here in Glish is I just sent a Hydel. I had a worker in Hydel that was good at the workshop. He had some good buffs on his workshop. And what I've done is I just send him down the road to work in this shop. This way, he's got the materials right out of the Hydel workshop, or the Hydel storage that I have. Because if I sent a worker at a Glish to do it, I would have to have all those materials in the Glish warehouse. Well, I didn't want to do that. I want to make it easy peasy. Have one warehouse that has the materials I need to make those reform stones. So right now I have 3 workers, 3 stones. So let's say I make 3 stones every 2 hours, right? Right? I mean, let's do the quick math on that. And I always keep my account open, so they're always going. And maybe, let's say, because of beer delay or whatever, let's just say I make them every 3 hours. So I've got 3 every 3 hours. So if I took 24 hours and divided it by 3, right? That means there's going to be 8 occurrences. So you would multiply that by the 3 stones, right? Because now I'm multiplying it by what they're creating. So basically, I'm being kind of conservative here, okay? I mean, I don't know the exact times. I gave it an extra hour in case I forgot to give 1 beer or whatnot, just to make it. So there's 24 of these things I can create in a 24-hour period, right? So if I go to the actual market, and I'm going to go to my warehouse here in Hydel. I'm going to hit marketplace here, and then I'm going to look here, and I'm going to go maximum. So basically you always get this. That's 1.5 million for 5 of them. Okay, so we said we create 24 of them. So just think about the amount of money you're going to be getting here. I mean, I can get my calculator out of here. Let me get it out of here again. Because, I mean, it's really divided by 5 to make it just to round it up, right? So you're going to have 5 this number would be multiplied by 5 if you understand the math. So that's what you're going to be making every 24 hours, just having those workers working those 3, and these are guaranteed to sell. Guaranteed to sell. These will, a lot of times these go on pre-order, and you're asking yourself, okay, Tarkis, okay, you're going to make that much money, but how much am I investing into that? Well, it's not a lot, to be honest with you. If you watch the other videos that I've had to get the materials to make one of these things, I mean, here's the list here. And if you've got any workers going out at all getting any of these materials like the steel, I make that all the time because I'm processing God. And here, the melted platinum shards, I just buy those off the auction house when I see them. I've never not had them. And then the black crystals, again, buy them off the auction house. They're cheap. The red tree lump, it's a birch node above calphion. You'll get thousands of those that you'll never use. The clown's blood, again, you want to get that off the auction house. And the blackstone powder, if you watch my blackstone powder video, you'll see how you can get that for free, basically. And that's the highest ingredient here. It requires 40 of them. So really, you're talking peanuts for the value of what this thing costs for what you're going to get for it. So I'm just trying to show you, you're running those 3 shops, and I'm not really, I was thinking, I'd go find some more shops. When I start getting some more points, because I'm now up to 200 and, what's that say, 266. I got to forgive me. I play on a 55-inch TV, and I sometimes have to walk up to the TV to see the numbers. So it's so basically 266 contribution points. So I'll get a few more contribution points, and I'll go buy another shop. But again, I want to be able to send that worker out of Hydel, so I don't have to worry about the moving the ingredients to another warehouse. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. The second thing I want to talk to you about is some of the game changes. And this is beautiful. This is just beautiful. They have made it now that you can go to the map while doing anything. Because I don't know if you played the game prior to the patch or if you ever experienced this, but if you're cooking, it wouldn't let you go to the map. If you were gathering, like water gathering, it wouldn't let you go to the map. The only time you could go to the map is like when you were processing. That was the only time you could hit the map key. And the reason why it's crucial to be able to hit the map key is because if you have a worker empire like I do, I want to be able to manage these guys and know when I can give them beer, what they're doing. I got 57 guys running around. So when I was cooking and I would go to cook beer, it was so annoying knowing that for that hour, I could not manage my workers. Well, they have changed that. So if you're doing anything in the game now, even fishing, you can hit the M key and it will bring you into the map. Now, I say fishing, and I actually haven't tested it with fishing. So I'm going to put a pole in my hand, start the fishing process, and hit the M key. Yeah, okay, so they did add it to everything. So it's basically allows you know what I mean? I'm now fishing, and this is what you can see. I can now micromanage my guys if I want to, and move them around, and do whatever I want. And the other thing about it is, look at this. I can now move items where I had to wait until I was done fishing. So I've been moving items around the world more conveniently to get them to Hydel. So like here, these items have been produced in this town. I can now hit transport, send. I can send my destination to Hydel. I want to take a cargo ship because that's the only thing that this town has connecting the two. And look at this. I now can send those items right because I have it connected. It didn't cost me anything more. And the same thing goes with stuff I have in Calphion. Before, I would had to have waited until I was done fishing, when I was done cooking, or whatever I was, other than processing. It was only processing. If you were processing, you could hit you could hit the map and you can move goods while you're processing. Now you can do anything. I can simply go transport here and move all these goods to Hydel in a click. And as you can see, as long as you've got some money in the bank that you're sending it from. I mean, I'll have to go to Calpheon probably in the next couple of days and put some more money here so I can continue moving these products. But I just wanted to point that nifty little thing out. Now, my next segment in this video, and it's going to be my last segment, and don't take this part of my segment as a gripe, because I just wanted to point out something that is just a fact. As you notice, I'm like number 2 now in wealth. And I have spent no money on this game other than buying the box set for $100, the early access box set. And then I bought the ghillie suit. So I think I've invested $119 into this game. I was talking to a gentleman that I've watched go up the money board, like leaps and bounds, and I sent him a nice whisper, added him as a friend, and sent him a nice whisper, and I asked him, how are you doing it? I mean, because I think I've got this game figured out. What he told me, he's like, I'm buying the maximum amount of uniforms a day and selling them on the auction house. I said, oh, okay, well, how is it that, because I know there's a maximum, I don't know what that maximum is, and I thought that was what was throttling the people being able to pay to win this. And he's like, well, I'm making about 10 to 11 million a day just buying uniforms and putting them on the auction house, and most of the uniforms will sell. And I was like, well, okay, well, you're doing that every day? And I kindly asked, and he's like, yeah, every single day I buy the maximum amount of uniforms and sell them on the auction house. And I said, how do you afford that? And he replies, my father gives me a $500 limit on my gaming access a month. So this kid has a $500 basically all-you-can-buy buffet to this game, and that's how he was doing it. And I'm scratching my head thinking, okay, I'm here busting my butt trying to, okay, I just went to one. He must have spent some money. I just bumped to one or he left the server. But it was like, I just couldn't grasp the fact that you've now, and people keep on saying this isn't pay to win. Well, that alone, what I just explained to you, and don't get this as a gripe, I still enjoy just kind of micromanaging this game. I'm just a micromanager. I just noticed that somebody was going up leaps and bounds, and I wanted to know, was there something that I missed that could have made me more money in this game? And unless I have daddy's credit card at $500 a month, I'm not going to be able to compete with this kid. And he can't be the only kid with this type of scenario. So I'm just trying to point out that when you say a game isn't pay to win, as soon as you have somebody who can create revenue using real money, it is pay to win. It is, regardless of what you say. I can continue to try to compete with this kid, but I'm at a disadvantage because I don't want to spend money for this game. When I bought this game, they told me it was going to be like Guild Wars. You pay the money to buy the game, and it's going to have like Guild Wars did. Just really no way that you can really pay to win it. I thought the way Guild Wars 2 did it, the platform was balanced. I didn't see anybody had an advantage. But now with this ability to buy the uniforms and the 30-day pass BS, that drives me nuts. That little buff that people have, I have it. It's called the value pack. That rubs me a wrong way too. Again, if you want to argue the fact that this isn't pay to win, then you're nuts, because I'm an analytical marvel when it comes to these games, and I'm trying to figure out the best. That is an advantage. That 30%, that's hands down an advantage. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to buy the value packs right off the auction house when I see them. Which, okay, that's cool. It's like Arc Age, but look at what Arc Age became. It became so pay to win. It became a nightmare. And I'm just hoping that they throttle this a little bit. Again, this is not really a gripe. It's just I want you to know what to expect if you're trying to play this game from the beginning. I just wanted you to know that people can get a little advantage there, and if you're trying to compete with them, then it might be difficult. You might have to change the way you do things. I don't know how much you can change when daddy's paying the credit card bill, or even you got the people. I've met many great individuals that played this game, and this was before you could sell uniforms. And there was a guy that was like a multi-millionaire. He was a stockbroker. He's playing the game at work, and he would chat with me, and I'm like, cool. But imagine that guy being able to just throw money at the game if that's what he wanted to do. That's the thing about it. And when I play a video game, I'm going to play what they promised. They promised a game that wasn't going to be pay to win. They promised a game that was going to be X, Y, and Z, and then they kind of have slowly tried to manipulate that promise. And I'm just afraid that if it goes down towards the Archage realm, that you will see a video from me that will be a rant, because it just seems silly that they've got a game that is really designed for balancing, PvP balancing, but if they make it so that you can buy a way to push that scale a little bit, then you got troubled ground. You get a guy that gets all epic everything going around just slaughtering people, and he's done it overnight because he was able to buy that. I mean, again, that's just, if you've already shut this off by now and didn't want to listen to me anymore, that's cool. So those are the things I wanted to go over this video. I hadn't done a video in a while, and I want to thank you for joining me. And this has been the Tarkis Zone.